Today we are going to talk about exchange rate overshooting. Exchange rate overshooting is a short-term phenomenon of overacting of the exchange rate to the change in money supply. Welcome. This is related to the portfolio model of the exchange rates. As under the portfolio balance approach, the equilibrium could be possible through the fluctuation, the changes in interest rates, expectations on the value of the domestic currency. That means expected appreciation or expected depreciation of the domestic currency and foreign currency. And the wealth, income, and so on will disturb the equilibrium. And the investors will reshuffle their portfolio to have a balanced portfolio model. They will invest in domestic bond, foreign bond, and they will keep their money as demand for money itself. So the adjustment could happen through the change in stock of financial assets in the short period of time. So we are going to talk here about exchange rate overshooting. Exchange rate overshooting, as I said, is a excessive fluctuation of the nominal exchange rate in response to change in money supply in the short period of time. This is an immediate effect of money supply. This is an immediate effect of change in money supply on the rate of nominal rate of exchange. This is introduced first by Dornbusch in 1976 with through his article Expectations and Exchange Rate Dynamics, published by the Journal of Political Economy. And as per the Dornbusch model of exchange rate overshooting, the prices are assumed to be sticky in the short period of time and makes it unable to adjust the change in money supply. When money supply increased in the short period, when money supply increased in the domestic economy, the prices will not adjust in the short period of time. The prices are assumed sticky, not changing. It is remaining constant or almost constant, or it is slow to adjust the change in money supply in the short period of time, and that it makes unable to exhaust the change in money supply. So in that case, change in money supply lead to change in rate of interest, as the prices are not adjusting to the change in money supply. So when money supply increased in the domestic economy, rate of interest will fall. Remind you, the prices are not changing in the short period of time. When money supply increased, even when money supply increased, the prices are not increasing, and so the rate of interest will fall as the money supply is plenty, as there is excess supply of money in the economy. So the exchange rate will fluctuate as per the fall in rate of. So when there is fall in rate of interest in the domestic economy, the demand for domestic bond will fall, the demand for foreign bond will increase. So there could be capital outflow. Capital outflow will happen. That means the demand for foreign currency will increase, then exchange rate will increase. That means the value of the domestic currency will decline in the short period of time due to the impact of change in money supply in the short period of time. This is the depreciation of the domestic currency is the result. The reverse could happen in the domestic economy as well. Suppose there is a fall in money supply in the domestic economy, so it could not follow the fall in prices in the short period of time, as the prices are assumed to be sticky or constant in the short period of time. The prices cannot adjust, exhaust the change in fall in money supply. So rate of interest could hike due to the excess demand for money, or money supply is fall short of demand in the short period of time. So rate of interest could hike. The domestic bonds are now offering higher rate of interest than the foreign bond. The demand for domestic bond will increase, the capital inflow will increase. So, when the relative rate of interest in the domestic economy is higher, the capital inflow will happen. Exchange rate could decline. That means the currency value, domestic currency's value will increase. Then appreciation is the result of fall in money supply in the domestic economy in the short period of time. And in the medium term, having said that, in the medium term, the prices could adjust according to the money supply. So, when there is a rise in money supply in the economy, the price level could adjust, price level could increase as per the quantity theory of money. So, the rise in money supply will be exhausted with rise in price level in the medium term and long period of time. So, then exchange rate will move downward. Hence in the long run, the principle of neutrality is satisfied. That means the when there is a rise in money supply, price level will also adjust in the short period of time. This is in fact a stock adjustment. This is a portfolio balancing model. As when money supply is increased in the domestic economy, that could not lead to the change in price level in the short period of time. So, rate of interest will be acting inversely to the change in money supply. When money supply increased, rate of interest will come down and the demand for foreign bond will increase, then domestic currency will depreciate. This is in fact the overacting, shooting of the domestic currency to the change in money supply. Similarly, when money supply declined in the domestic economy, the reverse could happen. The rate of interest could increase in the domestic economy. That means in the short period of time, the capital inflow will happen. Currency will appreciate rather than depreciating. This is due to the financial asset adjustment or portfolio adjustment. This is not due to the trade flow. The trade flow will have a role to adjust the change in money supply only in the medium term and long period of time. The adjustment through trade flow is only gradual and it could happen in the medium term and long term only. For example, when there is appreciation of the domestic currency, the import will increase and export will decline. This could happen only in the short, in the medium term or long term period. And when there is depreciation of the currency, the export will increase and import will decline. This also could happen in the only in the medium term and long term period. This is in fact the J curve effect. That means it will take time for trade flows to adjust the change in money supply. So, in conclusion, exchange rate overshooting is a short term phenomenon of overacting of the exchange rate to the change in money supply. In the long period of time, the adjustment could happen through trade flows, but in the short period and very short period of time, the changes in exchange rate reflect mostly in portfolio adjustment. More clearly, when money supply increased in the domestic economy, rate of interest will fall, then capital outflow will happen, the demand for foreign bond will increase, then currency will depreciate. This is happening in the short period of time, and reverse will also happen when there is fall in money supply in the domestic economy. The prices are not here to adjust in the short and very short period of time. So, rate of interest will increase when money supply fall in the domestic economy. The capital inflow will happen as there is a higher demand for domestic bond. So, capital inflow will happen. The domestic currency will appreciate rather than depreciating. This is due to the portfolio adjustment, not due to the trade flow. Trade flow is there to make adjustment only in the long and long period and medium term only.